good, whatever time of day you're watching this. Welcome back to James with Broken Tech. Today we're doing another diesel heater video, and the reason we're doing one is because I found something. So you'll all be familiar with this one, the standard Chinese diesel heater, you know, supposedly 5 kilowatt, whatever it is. But I found something in a skip. Here we have an Eberspacher D1L. Now, looking at it, it's quite a bit smaller than our Chinese counterpart, and that's fair enough because this is only apparently puts out 1800 watts. So let's have a quick look at the serial plate. So as you'll see, it is a DR1 something 40 watt 12 volt, which is its running power, but this thing's going to draw quite a lot of power when the glow plug started up. And I don't know, 87, 88, 89. Don't know. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Doesn't really say anything there. But let's pull up some information on this so we can well, let's continue looking at what we've got here, because this is out of a skip, but it did luckily come with all its boxes and relays. So we've got a big relay, where we're looking bad here, which is doesn't even tell you what amperage it is. Either way, it's made in West Germany. So yeah, nice big relay box, West Germany. So we can have a look at the numbers on it, see if it makes any sense to you. But yeah, I've got that one. So I zoom out a touch and have a look at this one. So this is the main control box, and as you can see, it's pretty crusty, and it must be of a certain vintage, made by Heller for Eberspacher in West Germany. And it tells you what the colours for the pins should be, I assume, sort of. It's got all its connectors. We have a what I understand to be the power connector, which is 2 pins. That makes life easy. The fuel pump connectors, and the thermostat connector, which is 3 wires. And on the bottom of this unit, it's even got a little fuse for us to have a look at. It's an interesting little fuse, if I can get it close enough for you to actually see. Pull it out. Yeah, so it's quite a heavy wound little coil in there. I don't know if it's focused enough for you to actually see that. I'll try and get a bit closer. Right, it's an interesting fuse. What's it rated at? Let's zoom out and see if my eyes are good enough this morning to read it. Apparently it's only a 4 amp fuse. Okay. But this is going to try and draw quite some power when we fire it up briefly, only briefly, while it fires the glow plug up, which we can probably measure while we do it. So the other thing I didn't get with this is the fuel pump. One second, my friend's ringing. Spam calls there. Yeah, so I didn't get a fuel pump with this, which is a bit of a shame. It's got the remnants of a fuel pipe on it, as we can see is just about a yard. This has got to come off. It's got a bit of exhaust tube, which feels substantially better quality than anything you'd have got from the Chinese heaters. I mean, it's pretty stout. Compare it to what you get at the Chinese heater, this ribbed corrugated stuff. This stuff, well, I don't know, it's just old, but you certainly get a better clamp, and you get a worm drive clamp on that one as well. It's quite a nice clamp actually, surprising. Anyway, what we've got to do is I'm going to get my iPad out so we can look at some information on this, so just one moment. Right, so on this page it has our controller connections in this, so down here, thin red 12 volt powers to controller, yellow switch on signal from controller, 12 volt on, simple. grey, red we ain't got, because either too old, and brown or white is referenced earth. So, just have a look at what we got here. Probably best to do this over a screen. Zoom it out so we can actually see it. So we got brown and red wires in this connector. Brown and red for the power, so brown's going to be ground. Red is going to be live. The green wires, I'm guessing a fuel pump. It's in the other wires. Fuel pump don't need 3 wires. The controller. Where are you? Trying to find you. There. We got a red, a yellow, and a brown. So brown is ground, red is live, yellow, switch on wire. So effectively all we've got to do is connect up a fuel pump. So flip that down because it's making it really hard to see. So all effectively we've got to do is connect the red and yellow red and yellow wire together. Maybe put a jumper in, which we'll have to make easy, and provide it power, and then card a fuel pump onto this, which will be borrowed from our friend here. And then once we get it, see if it actually does anything first, because I've never even put power into this thing yet. Who knows, it might work, it might not, but then we'll try bodging the fuel pump off the red heater onto this and see if it does anything. I suppose that's all we can really do, isn't it? The other thing we wanted to look at, which is on this page, which I'm now going to open again. Open. Hello. Doesn't like my fingerprint. If you've ever been a mechanic, doesn't like fingerprints. So if I zoom out, I think this is a very good website. This is, if you want to know, and hold it still, letonkin-o-sivanish.co.uk. Whoever made this web page has done an awful lot of really useful information on those Eberspacher heaters. So yeah, very handy. And then back, air heater. So let's go back. So that's obviously the Airtronic, which this Chinese thing takes its copy from, sort of. And if you give me a minute, I'll try and find out what date this heater was made. Ours is not a DL1C. Ours is just a D1L, sorry. Ours is not a D1LC, it's a D1L. So that was made between 1989 and 1998. So that's not us. Here's ours, the D1L. This thing is the oldest one they do as far as I'm aware. And this was manufactured anywhere between 1975 and 1989. So, 1975 to 1989. That's enough of that. Let's just go back to our heater. That's some information. It says 87, 89. So, yeah. What does that make thinking? This at its last production year, 89, would make it 35 years old. Crikey. 35 years old. This is older than me. No, I still work, but it's a very old bit of kit, but it is German, so there's a good chance it's going to do something. There's a lot on that page about the water getting into these boxes and corroding tracks and all sorts. And looking at the tape, they sealed this with tape. Yeah, I'd say some water's probably got in there at some point. Okay, I can peel the tape off. Oh, you never know, might be lucky. That's original sellotape from like before I was born. Oh, that's done pretty well, isn't it? Right, let's do some wiring. So, I'm going to put this out of the way, the banana iPad. We're going to move the Chinese diesel out. We'll come back to this because we're going to compare the two. So, go out of the way. Going to get our heater, which I'll put in there so you can see the outlets. I've pre-coagulated. Well, I've got a 12 volt power source. This obviously is not going to carry 21 amps. Mine usually has pins on the end, pins, spades. So I've made these little link leads up in the interval, which should plug into red to red in the power connector, black to brown to give it ground connection. That's that. Let's not have those touching. And then we've got to be able to connect the red and yellow wires up. So let's make a little link lead for this. I actually have one, a bodged up dual spade connector to that. So what we could do, make it like really not dodge, is have a Wago. We use this as our connector. It's completely over technicalising what we need to do, because these two wires just need to join together. Put that in there. Might as well put that one in there. We haven't got any exposed terminals apart from these. I'm going to connect red to yellow. See if it does it then. Nothing. The answer is it does nothing. Is it because it's not sensing a fuel pump? We've got to do more wiring to get that fuel pump connected. So in my box of stuff, I've got some solenoid magnets. So I wonder if we just disconnect our wires again for that. What if we just chuck a load on? Won't be what it's expecting, but we'll soon find out if it works or not. So now it thinks it has a fuel pump because we've put a resistor onto it. Is that going to be enough? Oh! It's going to... We have life. Air is coming out. Nothing else is happening, but air is coming out. Right, oh. Timed out. Does the glow plug work? I don't know. I don't think I saw any smoke, but there's not much chance of it having any fuel left in it. Let's codge the Chinese diesel heat fuel pump onto it and see what happens. Get excited. Right, so the Chinese diesel pump uses this tiny little spade connectors in the end of there. These ones, which usually go to one of these, I think they get called junior timer connectors. I've probably got one in here somewhere, but we're just going to make up a link loom for now. Link loom, yar. So we need a bit of wire, we need a bit of red, and a bit of red. That's not actually red, that was black. Just going to make a little bit of wire up to do this. Cut them there. Two. Black wire. Cut them there. Move that away. Strip them with the strippers. We shall have these wires here. If you don't own these wire strippers, I don't know why. No electricians seem to use the damn things, but they do a very good job. Not so much when the wire's this frozen cold stuff. But you get the idea. Strips the wires on the hand, no weird tools, and I'll take gloves off for doing this bit. It's a bit more finicky. So put some spides on this end. Go into the blue crimper. These are nice quality spades rather than cheap nasty ones. The crimpers are cheap and nastier. That is not an acceptable amount of wire to have sticking out, but never mind. For what we're doing, it'll do the job. And we've got some of these tiny little red spade receptacles. So I'm going to put on here like so. So to save you the waiting, we've got our two spade terminals connected to said fuel pump, which is going to live there. Two spade terminals, a pipe until the can with some diesel in. Four, because I'm going to just bodge that together before we connect it up to what potentially could just blow up if I do this wrong. We are going to check the resistance of the wiring I've just done. Hopefully that's legible, as you can see it. Just go on there and there, and hopefully 5.6 ohms, 5.5. I think that's about right. So what did we connect up? Connected up a 2.83 amp 12 volt DC coil, which needs to go back in its hole because that's there, it's cost money. So 5.5 ohms, that's not a dead short. It basically says we're good to go. So plug those into these little green ones down here, like so. And we need to connect this fuel pipe to this. So I'll just take a couple of minutes. I'm going to get that worm drive clamp off there, that little one off there. I'm going to run a bit of pipe from this 6mm inline connector round to there. Alright, so I've just got a bit of speed fit 6mm air pipe. Why is this not turning? There we go. Speed fit pipe. There we are. And that has been, I just removed the old worm drive clamp, warmed the tube up with the lighter a tiny bit, just enough to squidge it on there, and that has produced me a nice fuel feed area. And we're going to plug that into this. This fuel pump should have fuel in it because it was used not only a few weeks ago. Shall we try it? It's going to take it a few attempts because obviously there's no fuel in that piece of hose there. So let's get our starter up connector and let's see if anything happens this time. Go. Fuel pump's going. Tick, 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 tick. I'm just taking a few tickety ticks to get fuel up there. So like this, just going to pop this round here, see if we've got any glow plug current. 12 amps through the glow plug, nothing. Right, let's get that back in view a bit better. We need to be looking a bit more up here to see the ammeter, which I seem to have a good thing about putting upside down for the camera so you can't read it. There's a lot of light casting in from outside. It's just, actually that's probably up there, isn't it? Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Zero it. Zeroed. Right, let's reconnect it and see what we get. So we got 12.56 amps on the glow plug. Just going to try again. So well, the glow plug's working. We know that. That's good. That's really good news. 14.7 amps total draw. And she hasn't got again. Let's just try another time, I suppose. At some point it's got to do something, I suppose. Maybe it probably doesn't like being that way up, like, but surely it'd give me some sort of sign of life. Oh, we've got smoke. Right, this is going to go. One more time, let's go. Now we've got smoke coming out, look. It's going to go, surely, surely we're about to run. Come on. Surely. Smoky. Should we maybe try orientating it slightly different? I don't want to burn my desk is the problem. Okay. No, we're going to try again. We're going to try it again. I have a feeling we might find out why it is thrown away. Do we need to give it a bit more power? Are we struggling for power? It does say it wants a lot more amps to start. We're getting the whole glow plug not quite cutting it job here. Let's do some more measurements. We're just going to see what voltage we're getting while it's trying to fire. So I'm going to get in the back of the mini light. Oh, I'm using thick wire here. Put it in the red one, and the brown one. 11.98. I think I got lots of power there anyway. Let's I've really snarled everything up now. Just see what it drops to when we're actually trying to fire. 8 volts, 14 amp draw. Pretty low. It might be shutting off because the amps are too low. Right, I think we've got to find this some more electricity, haven't we? Yeah, let's do that. That poor glow plug isn't cutting it. Or maybe we start the van. Let's start the van. That's the easiest way. Increase the voltage. Right, so the engine's running on the van now. Let's see if that's enough. Just a little bit more voltage. We'll find out. 8, 30, 9, 10. 10. We've got 10 volts. Go on, that's enough to give the glow plug enough to get it going. Just trying. I think we're overfueling it. We need to just... Oh! Firing! It fired! It went! Go again. Go, go, go. Literally, it just fired. It's fired. We're giving it too much fuel. Yeah, I'm worried about that. I'm going to have to open the other door. Right, the door is open. Shall we try letting some of this fuel not go back into the burner? So we're not done now. We have teed the in from the outlet of the pump into back to the fuel tank. Might let some of the fuel not be combusted. I'm not 100% sure. Might have to adjust the height of the fuel canister to get the burn we want, or we might have to put some kind of restrictor on this line. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Zzz, zzz. Either way, she's lit. Need to reduce the amount of fuel going to the burner. Oh, and we fogged out again. I'm not surprised. I can barely see anything. Whew. Right, we need to move the fuel can somewhere lower to try and balance this out a bit. The fuel can's now sat here, doesn't make a difference, that's still on the side. But the T-piece pipe is now going down into this lower fuel can, so we can try and divert some of the fuel away. And I can't see this firing up too viciously yet, so we'll move that one back over there. We'll try it again, see what happens. Might just not get any fueling now at all because it's all just going straight downhill, but yeah, so now we've got fuel dripping into our secondary can, sort of. It's not doing a lot. Okay, it's going to take a few attempts to get this right, I think. It would help if we had the right fuel pump for the job, but we don't. Oh, lit again. trying very hard to work this. I can't get this fuel pipe to stay in this can. Refuses. Right. Let's add some weights. I'll come back. Right, so what I've come up with now is the adjustable fuel bypass system. So I can angle this pipe more up or down depending on how much fuel we want to bypass. If we set it about there for now, we're going to try it again and see if we can get it right. This is such a bodge. Right, here we go again. See what happens. Are we going to get any fuel wastage at all? We should do. It's technically lower than the pump, so it should come out of here before it goes anywhere else. Eventually we will set the desk on fire or something on fire. Got loads of diesel everywhere. We love getting covered in diesel. Right, so now we are wasting fuel. It is bypassing. See it dripping? So I'm going to increase the height slightly. And we're not bypassing now. So that pipe's now slightly higher. We're going to bring them down just a touch. Try and make it level. And diesel off the hands again. We're just coming up the bypass pipes, just eking a tiny bit out. Probably just about see it's going to drip from the end there. Right, we're in a bit more voltage now. That'll be enough to get her cranking a bit better. Might do. The fuel pump's certainly a bit more lively now. We're bypassing. This amp meter's not really telling us anything through anymore. Oh, she's lit. She's smoky, but she's lit. Warm air. Actually sustaining at the moment. Maybe 18 millilitres a minute is the right amount. We're not bypassing. We're running pretty clean. We've got a few wafts every now and again. It hasn't gone into high gear yet. hot yet, but trying to go. I think the 5 back guy again. So that's just quieting down. You aren't bypassing any fuel. Maybe it wants a bigger fuel pump. Oh, it's certainly making hot air now then. And it's switched off. Well, they probably don't like being run on its side. I think they like being the other way up, don't they? With the I don't know. Probably wants to be pointing down. Right, complete change of tactics. We're going to try and run the heater the right way up. We've taken away the what do we call it? The bypass system I built. Now put an exhaust on it as well, which is not too close to the what's this name? Going past the flow plug, and hopefully the heater, the exhaust now pointing over there, will send it out the van. Hopefully it'll work. Definitely moves some air, I reckon. That's a really good amount of air that chucks out. Quite surprising for such a small unit. Now the pumps go in. Still good voltage. It does that weird zzz thing. A little bit of smoke coming out of the pipe. It's lit. Blowing smoke rings. Maybe there's quite a bit of diesel in the bottom of the heater. You can see it. Oh. Hopefully. Making some pops and bangs. The boy racers out there probably be quite enjoying this. Stabilised out a bit now. I'm still running the fuel pumps. Maybe the, here we go, fuel's just getting back up to it now. Starting to sound like a heater. Maybe it's all just doing it wrong by having it at the wrong angle. There's some heat, a little bit of heat coming out. It's not hot. As soon as that starts up, it blows the fire out. But it's not speeding the fuel pump up now, which is on. And the flame out. Oh dear. Maybe give it one more try of it in this position. It seems a bit more exciting this way. Yes, it's just, use it wrong enough, any machine is a smoke machine. So yeah, let's try again. Give it a minute. So quick cool down later. And some coffee, which I haven't got any milk for. We'll try her again. See what happens this time. What's quite odd is it immediately starts the what's his name? This fuel pump Starts whopping smoke out. It's lit. And it's not happy. What happened there then? Try it again. That could be a good reason why this heaters are in this scrap. Oh, it just started back up then. Let's give it another go. Instantly relights. It's absolutely fogging the place out. I'm trying to stay in the fresh air. Let's try it. Pops and bangs tune. Don't think it's supposed to do that. Oh dear. Maybe I'll put too much fuel in it again. I got a bit scared then, if I'm honest. Seems like there's something seriously wrong with the controller. It's given up. Nah, it appears timed out again. It's not happy. It's not happy about it. I wonder why it's not happy. Right, I'll connect her up again. See what happens. One fan full speed this time. Just seems to do different speeds every time. Makes me think there might be something wrong with the little control box down here. Actually, it's made some warmth. It's warm. I'm going to have to try and find a proper fuel pump for this. It'd be a nice little heater for the van in the mornings. And it stopped. Just reset it. I don't know. That's the overheat reset button, just so you know. I'm guessing it thinks it's too warm now, so it's not going to start. It's definitely not drawing any power for the glow plug, which is warm. Might have to give it another couple of minutes, let it cool down, try and get it started again. Right, so for the final time, let's bring the voltmeter back up just so we can see they've got power. Nope, glow plug straight away, fuel pump straight away. Needs like a full coffee to cool down. A bit of smoke. This is going to be the last run. It doesn't want to go now, it's not going to go, is it? Lit. Sounds like she's going back into pops and bangs tune now. Almost running as it should. Not perfectly clean out the exhaust, but as soon as it does that, it puts its flame out. As soon as it hoists the fan up to full speed, you can't keep up because it doesn't add any more fuel. don't get it. I know it's probably not the right size pump. It's going to flame out in a minute, isn't it? Oh, it gets really foggy, this. Oh, is that it? Is that it running? Can't possibly be running, that's too quiet. Yeah, temperature out the end is only 21. So I don't think she's running properly. Flamed out. Yeah. So I need to try and find out what size the fuel pump is. This thing, really, don't I? Yeah, bit of a shame. I thought it might get a bit. Well, I can't believe it worked. Do a bit of a round up here. So, what have we worked out? It's probably not the right size fuel pump. That, and I think the control circuitry's a bit all over the shop, really. I mean, it's been entertaining. It's done some stuff for us. But yeah, there is something not right. This relay keeps buzzing furiously all the time, which is something like the ventilation relay. I don't think it'll run without that. It might. Should we try it without that just briefly? See if it does anything. Oh, she's crusty. That's looking in good nick anyway, isn't it? Yeah. It's good to see a bit of rust out of relay. Trying to run without that? I don't think it will. That's going to. Well, there we go. We'll go one more time. Maybe that turns the fan on to high speed. It hasn't lit yet. Ah, hold on. That's the glow plug, isn't it? That's got to be for the glow plug, surely. I'm going to hazard a guess, and say that's the glow plug, really. Because it hasn't even tried to light without it. Now I might get the pops and bangs tuning in briefly. Yeah, so you've got smoke out the exhaust again now. It's buzzing that really. I think we need to get this box open and see if we've got any corrosion in there. Could just be the control circuitry's all out of whack. But she's damn sure trying to fog me out again. It's sort of lit again now. It's going to be pops and bangs for us again. Oh dear, dear, dear. It's the smoke machine, turn it off. Oh dear. I just keep it low down. Right, it's probably something we're going to revisit. Maybe we'll have a quick look inside the controller quickly, just to appease our wanting of knowledge. Oh, here we go. Getting inside of this is pretty straightforward, I'd say. Just a case of already done one side. You just bend the little tabs back up, and then hopefully, oh my word, not supposed to come out like that. There we are. Yeah. We've got some corrosion. It is a wonder it even worked at all. Let's try and get you back in frame. You're there. Yeah, it don't look pretty in here. It doesn't look terrible either, but my god, there's a lot of crusty stuff all over the place. I mean, definitely got corrosion going on all over here. Try and get in the right light for you. Yeah. I'll take a couple of minutes. I'll clean this up and we'll have a look to see what the if there is any damage to it. It's certainly not clean. So, cleaned up a bit and on closer inspection, got a little bit of rust there on that little crystal here, but it's not, I don't think it's affecting it. And looking at the back now, once it's been cleaned off, there aren't actually any corroded tracks, so whatever conformal coating they put on actually done a good job. There are some places where the conformal coating's gone, but it's not seeing enough of a problem. It's a horrible felt tape. I'm just scratching about at some of the areas. I'm not seeing anywhere bad enough to warrant it not working. I mean, yeah, I don't know. This just doesn't look bad enough to me. So it's actually survived quite well. In terms of the casing, you can see it's not drying there by any stretch of the imagination, but I just don't see that being the problem. So who knows? Who knows? Well, I might have a quick look inside the heater as well. Very gently. The wiring allows. I might have to take these, take this little thing off. Glow plug or glow pin, as they like to call it. Certainly a slightly more robust setup than the Chinese ones, because it runs the live and ground to the pin. So I'm just relying on the ground of the heater chassis. Good gently, because we want this to come off as a unit. So yeah, that's quite a novel way of doing it. It's got the ground and an insulator in between, and then the extra outer socket. That's going to go there. I might better just yeah, push enough through to get her open, I think. Like so. There she is. Certainly a different layout. We do actually get connectors in here, which is quite nice. So we can just pop them off gently. There we go. Take that out of the situation. We have a dead creature. Once was a moth. And we have the resettable temperature sensor there. That pings out when it gets too hot. And the, I'm guessing, overheat sensor there. I think it's a little bit rusty in here. I mean, well, she's a nice tiny little heater, isn't she? Little fan. Runs a lot quieter than those Chinese ones, I can assure you. But yeah. Oh, she's just a cute little thing. I don't know how much this I really want to take apart. I suppose we ought to pop the glow plug out just to have a look at her. 19. Gentle tap, and away she went. See what it looks like compared to a Chinese one. Oh, that's an interesting creation, isn't it? It's actually a big heater coil. It's pretty gummed up around the bottom. But yeah, isn't that interesting? See, it's got the centre tap that runs through, and the coil, back to there. And in there, I suppose, is the burn chamber. And we'll have a quick look if we can see. So on this one, very much the same as the Chinese heaters. you got this atomizer mesh in here. I don't know what the two pipes are for. You've got one pipe that runs, well, this one is your fuel inlet, and this one comes from inside the compressor area, so maybe it's feeding air down into there as well. But you probably better see it's pretty gummed up in there. Like, I mean, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, is it? You can get a good idea from where I'm trying to point the light for you if I keep it. Yeah, she's not clean. I don't know how far you can get into this to clean that out, but it looks like it's done a few hours work in its life, that's for sure. Yeah, it's very interesting and different compared to the Chinese ones. I'm not sure if you'd ever get that mesh out through the top. Do we go deeper? I think we do. Exactly the same port layout on the bottom as these Chinese ones with the inlet taken out. Look, the exhaust's exactly the same diameter, because we just used one. 4 bolts. I've just lubricated these, but I've got a feeling we probably won't be undoing the nuts, we'll probably be pulling the studs out, I reckon. Oh yeah, we're just pulling the studs out, the studs are coming out, so fair enough. We tried to undo them properly, but the studs are coming out. Well, bent my fuel line now, never mind. Can stay there, it's not causing any issue. Alright, that comes off. Exactly the same as the Chinese ones, but that's aluminium, not same silicon gasket type arrangement. Now, zoom you out a touch. She just comes off. Beautiful. Quite full of dust in there. My bench is slowly getting more cluttered. Right. Let's just crack these out and have a look. Yeah, and this one just got. Hopefully, you know what's going to happen here, don't you? We're about to murder some gaskets that you can't get anymore. Well, I'm going to do my best not to murder them. So, motor, AEG electric motor. Even after all these years, it's still quieter than a brand new Chinese diesel heater motor. Nice and smooth and quiet. Probably move more air than their ones do. But it's actually coming apart. I don't like the Chinese heaters. We haven't destroyed a single gasket. Look at this little tiny blower wheel you're getting here. Let's zoom you in a bit so you can have a look. Let's bring the camera up somewhere you can see it. Go for a little compressor wheel. Much smaller. But look at the gasket. For 35 years. It just comes apart beautifully. And the burn chamber, now that is different. That ain't the same one. But it also doesn't look serviceable. Looks like, yeah, they've tack welded all the burn chamber in. So this is not coming apart. Tack weld there. There's a piece of metal there. She's pretty dirty, mind you. Might better clean her up a bit. But my word, quality compared to the newer ones. Completely different design in there. Swill chambers, the whole size of the burn area. So whether I really want to go through the process of grinding the cut the tack welds out, there's only one there and one there, to see if we can get the pot open. Do I? I think I do. Come on, a couple of seconds later with my least favourite tool in the world, the die grinder. Hopefully it chibbled a tiny fraction of the world away. And these edges here, just try and pop this spoon assembly out. I'm hoping it was enough. Might still be a bit of weld there actually. Right, I'm going to fight with this for a minute and we'll see how we get on. Right, so I've been going at this for a little while, worked out this piece is actually, just put it down and you get it with a shot. So as you can see their screen, because I can't see what I'm pointing at. This piece here is separate to the body. Notice it's a separate piece that goes in. So it goes in there. And there's a further gasket behind that, but I've tried for a couple of minutes to get it to come out, but we're not getting anywhere. We're going to break it at this point. It's going to ruin it, and it's a nice little heater. I don't want to ruin it. We might try come back to it one day and try and get it running if I ever come across a fuel pump for it. I suppose all I can do is try and clean out the atomizer grill in there if I can work out if it comes out in any way. I don't think it does, but I'll have a go at that then instead. Right, so it's back together. The final bit of this video, we're going to run it up again, just give it the benefit of the doubt. We've kept it up to a large battery, and hopefully that's enough power to try and make it run again. Might still be a bit warm. Nothing. 0. Right around there. So we can at least see the amps. Go. So 19 amps. Got a bit of smoke, she's fired. Pop some. Oh, no. Flame out. Let's try again. Flamed out. Pop the bangs tune again for it. Not gonna do it. I think it's too much fuel. I really think it's too much fuel. Foggy, because it all going out the door. Last try, and then I'm calling it. Might explode, I don't want it to. Nah. It's just not gonna work, is it? Well, thanks for watching the video. I'll see if we can find the right fuel pump for it. Catch you next time.